Okay, up to now we have covered two control structures. The first one is sequence, where the things happen one after another. The second one is selection. Here, this one that we have discussed, selection means you just insert something, and then after that you are checking with a certain condition. Here you are entering a number and you are checking with a certain condition. And so this is to compare two numbers actually. So can you see the question? Enter and display this one. Enter two numbers and find the maximum number. Enter two numbers and find the maximum number. How the things happen? You can see the flow chart. So input number one and number two, then you are comparing number one. So whether number one is greater than number two. If number one is greater than, you are printing the number one. If number one is not greater than, surely number two should be greater than. So I display number two. So this is to find the maximum number. Similar way, you can do the, you can find the minimum number, right? So if I convert this quickly using Scratch, this is related to the last day lesson that we have learned. If I just quickly convert this, so there are two numbers, so you can just use the input operation, sensing, ask what is the number and get the answer, and assign it to number one, number two, like two variables. Set number one to the answer, and then getting the number two and get the number two, and assign that to with the number two and assign that, and let's start with the flag thing. Now after that, the comparison. Comparison is using this if else. If this number one is greater than number two on the operation, you can check whether this number one is greater than number two. If so, print the number one, because number one is the biggest. So you can just go to the looks, say join, and you can largest number is and you have to tell them. Similar way, you can say if not the largest one number is n2. Okay, so enter number one. Sorry, enter number two. Enter number one. Enter number two. You can see the largest number is 87. So another one. Largest number is 8. It's comparing and telling you the answer. This is selection. And what if there are three numbers? What if there are three numbers? So like number one, number two, and number three. If there are three numbers, how can we find the maximum? Can you do that?
So pretty much the same thing, but
yeah, I need you to, yes, same thing, but so there is change because there are three numbers. Earlier there was only two numbers. When there was two numbers, this is the code. But what if there are three numbers and you have to find the maximum? Can we do that quickly? Okay, you can do that. You can try to do. So this is for the two numbers, and try for the three numbers just to recap the previous day lesson. I always say, first of all, you have to plan, because after planning, you can go to the code. Otherwise, what will happen if you directly try to do the code? Sometimes you might confuse. Okay, let's think like this. If there are 3 students in a certain class. Okay, if there are 3 students in a certain class, okay, think that one student, first one student have come to the class. Okay, I'm asking, this is the classroom, right? I'm asking who's the tallest student? The student's name is A. Now, who is the tallest student in the class?
A.
A, because only one student in a class. So I'm putting here tallest, T or T A okay, tallest. The tallest student is A. Okay, now the second student has come to the class. The second student has come to the class and his name is B. Now, who is the tallest student?
B.
B. So what you're going to do actually? You will compare with existing tallest student. Existing tallest students is A. You are comparing whether the new one is bigger than the existing. If yes, you have to remove the old one and tell the new one is the biggest. Okay, same process you have to repeat. The third student has come to the class. What do you need to do? The student's name is C. The third student has come to the class. The student's name is C. You have to compare with existing tallest students. So no need to compare with A. You have to compare with existing tallest students. Who's the tallest students now? B.
B.
You are comparing with C and B and C. Still B is the tallest. So you keep that. And finally the result is B. Understood how we can compare 3. If there are 4, also the same thing. If there are 5, 6, 7, even 10, 100, same process. You compare with the existing tallest student, right? The newcomers need to be compared with the existing tallest student. Understood?
Yes.
Even there are 10 students, you have to do the same. Okay, that is the plan. Keeping that plan in the mind, how can we implement that? So we can write a pseudocode and also a flowchart. We can draw a flowchart. You can see here. Actually, since there are 3 students, I have done something like this. If N1 is greater than, so I have compared with both. First, I have taken N1 and I'm comparing with N2 and N3 both. If N1 is greater than N2 and N1 is greater than N3, surely who is the largest? If N1 and so if both N1 is greater than N2 as well as N1 is greater than N3, who is the largest?
N1 is
the largest. Okay. If not, what do you need to do? If not, either N2 or N3 is the largest, right? If N1 is not the largest, either N2 is large or N3 is large, right?
Yeah.
Then you have to compare N2 and N3. If N2 is the largest from these two, then N2 is, you have to display N2. If not, N3 is the largest. Understood?
Yeah.
Now can you like see this? This is another method because there are 3. We can compare like this as well. Without comparing one by one, we can compare all 3 at once. Okay, now considering these, you can convert this to a workable code, a working code. Try it now.
Okay.
Right. So let's go according to the flowchart. Right. First of all, you need to follow the sequential order. No, enter N1, N2, N3. That is a sequential order. So one after another. Enter number 1, enter number 2, enter number 3. Assign them. Okay. So that is done. Good. So then the next is what? Comparing if N1 is greater than N2 and N1 is greater than N3. 2 comparisons together. How can we put that? 2 comparisons together. So first one is comparing with the N1 is greater than N2. That is correct. But you have to compare another one too. Then go to the operations. Please go to the operations. And there, can you see there's something called AND. AND. You have to use that. Yes, keep that somewhere. And oh no, not that. The entire block you need to bring. Entire block you need. No, don't put there. Yes. Drag from the middle and keep it on the top. Drag from the middle. No, you have to keep the beginning part. That is the reason. Right. That's the reason. So. Okay, then the other comparison with the whether n1 is greater than n3. N1 is greater than n3. Remove that. And put there n1, you have to put there. N1. Take n1 back again from the variables. Okay, that is the double comparison. That is how we compare two things together. Yes, drag from and keep it there. Okay, then you can see if it is the case, n1 is the biggest. If it is the case, n1 is the biggest.
Yeah.
Largest is n1. Then else part, there's another comparison, right? Else part, there is another comparison. Another if else need to be added. Why? Now we don't know whether n3 or n2 is the. You can remove this part and bring another if else. Go to the control, bring another if else. Then you have to compare. That is a normal comparison like you did earlier. You can just compare, yes, n1 and n2 and n3. Use this and apply this for n2 and n3 this time. If this is the case, you can say n2 is the largest. Then n2 is the largest, yes. Otherwise, n3 is the largest. So very simple. It's a bit difficult, right? Only thing, yeah, you have to follow the flow chart. Follow the flow chart and find the relevant and matching block codes from the from this side. That is what that is the magic. Okay, now try to enter numbers and see. Okay, you can enter three numbers, right? And try to enter three numbers. Any three numbers.
Okay, enter number 1, 10.
Okay.
Enter number 2, 12. And enter number 3. Okay.
You can see the largest is picked up, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that's it. So it's not difficult. Only thing is you have to first come up with the plan, right? Because without the plan, if you try to do the coding, sometimes it's confusing. But with the plan, with the better understanding of the plan, if you can go to the code, yes, we can do something. Okay, there is another example also, but I would like you to do this as a homework. And let's move to the repetition part. Otherwise, we will not be able to complete the repetition part. And one is like odd even. So please write down this question quickly. This question. Enter number and display whether the number is odd or even. Enter a single number, right? Or you have to start with one number and you have to tell whether this purple color one. Tell whether the number is odd or even. So what's the difference basically? Odd numbers are divisible by 2 and the remainder will be 1. When even numbers divide by 2, there will be no remainder.
Yes.
Right? That is the odd even. So you have to try that as a homework. Finish writing. Okay. And another exercise. Another exercise is this. This is another exercise. Okay, this one is basically. So let me first give the program, otherwise you are confusing. So this has both sequence and then selection is applied. So this is bigger question, but that is not a big issue, but you have to read it carefully, answer the question. Right. Okay. So here actually stretch, right? Instead of Python, please write the stretch code.
Okay.
This is the question. Right. Okay, now let's move to the third concept, repetition. In repetition, a certain condition is again there, similar to the above one. Certain condition is again there, but this condition will lead to come back to the previous position. See this. This is example, right? Print even numbers from 1 to 10. Print even numbers from 1 to 10. So what we are going to do, start with number 2. What is the next even? Number 2, after that, what is the next even?
4.
4. How 4 can be generated? You can add 2 to that, right? 2 plus 2 is 4.
4.
So what is the next even?
6.
4 plus 2 is 6. What is the next even?
8.
6 plus 2 is 8. What is the next? 10. And that is 8 plus 2. But after that, you have to stop. Why? So you have to write in between.
Because it's going to already be over 10.
Yes, already we have written up to 10. So that check is there. That is to check this. Okay. So starting with C equal to, C is a variable, C equal to, and C is less than 10. C is less than 10. Then what you are going to do, if C is less than 10, you are going to print C and add 2 to C. C equals C plus 2. You are going to add 2 to C. That is how you are going to display the next even. Then you are checking again whether this is greater than 10 or less than 10. If it is less than, you continue. But if it is greater than, you skip that and stop. So this is how it works. Actually, if you carefully see, there is a cycle. The arrows are forming a cycle. You can see arrows are falling like this, and coming back to the same position. It is a cyclic movement. So that is the difference from the past selection. Selection is not forming any cycle. Selection is just moving 2 sides, that's it. But not coming, never coming up. It's just moving 2 sides. Right side or left side, it's select, but never coming up again. But here it's coming back to the starting position, certain starting position, and that is why the repetition is. Okay, can you write down this quickly? I recommend you to write down without taking screenshot, because then you can remember this easily, right? Because other at least write down one time. After that, you can take screenshots. Repetition is the heading. So please write down this and show this. You can use different color to show this cycle. This is a cycle. You can use a different color to show that. But that is not a part of flowchart. I just want to show you there's a cycle, and that is not a part of flowchart. Write in your Scratch, because no need. So even the flowchart is much bigger. The Scratch code is really small. Why I'm telling that? Because it's very, very convenient and small. Let me show. And actually, you have to start with the certain C. So let's remove all these things. No need N1, N2. Let's do this. And you can start with the new variable. Let's see. Initially, set C to 2, right? You start in 2, and you are going up to 10. That check you can do by controlling y. Here you can say repeat until. Okay, repeat until. So from the operation, you can say that repeat until C is equal to, repeat until the C is equal to 10. Because when C is 10, you need to stop, right? With C is 10, you need to stop. That is one way of telling them. Repeat until C equal to 10. What you need to do, you have to print, say the number C, say C, and then change C by 2. Interest C by 2. So let's tell 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Actually, 10 need to be displayed, right? You have to tell maybe C equal 11. Or C equal, or C, so let's make it convenient. C less than 11. Now 2. Repeat until us. Repeat until the other way. Repeat until C. C greater than 10. Repeat until C greater than. When C greater than 10, you need to stop. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Okay, great. So you can maybe make a voice that's due to the text to speech in the extension. You can speak out. Speak C.
Two, 4, 6, 8, 10.
Maybe for 1 second, make it speeder.
2, 4, 6, 8, 10.
Or let's make it even more faster, 0.5 seconds.
2, 4, 6, 8, 10.
Yeah. Okay, good. You can do this. Now try to print these numbers, right? Now try to print these patterns. I will give you some patterns to you to try. Try to print 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. These are odd numbers. Then try to print 1, then square numbers. 1 into 1, 2 into 2 is 4, 3 into 3 is 9, 4 into 4 is 16, 5 into 5, 25, 6 into 6, 36, 7 into 7, 49. Then 8 into 8, 64. And 9 into 9 is 81, 10 into 10 is 100. Try to print that. And also try to print triangular numbers. The first is 1. 1 plus 2 is 3. 3 plus 1 plus 2 is 3. 3 plus 3 is 6. 6 plus 4 is 10. 10 plus 5 is 15. That plus 6 is 21. Plus 7 is 28. Plus 8 is 36, is it? 36. Plus 9 is 45. Plus 11 is it correct? 26 plus 7. 1 plus 2 is 3, plus 4, plus 5, 6, plus 7, plus 8. 8, plus 9. Plus 10. Plus 10 is 55. Okay. Likewise, try to print these numbers. These are triangular numbers. Okay, just give a try. So now you have printed this. Separate programs, right? So write separate program is take another one, and maybe you can you can join this or join to the same program. After end of this program, start the next. After end, start the next. After end, start the next. Likewise.
Okay.
You can do something like this. For this, you can give a heading. Let's say here I'm telling even numbers from 1 to 10. Okay, then I'm copying this back. I'm duplicating this and keep it here. Now I'm starting from 1 and now I'm telling odd numbers from 1 to 10. Okay, see what will happen. I'm starting from 1. Okay, first one.
2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Odd numbers from 1 to 10.
Right.
Even numbers from 1 to 10. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Odd numbers from 1 to 10. 1, 3, 5, 7, 9.
Okay, then the next one you can try. What? Or you can just wait even in between this. You can wait 1 second maybe to before start the next one. Okay, again wait 1 second. You have to say square numbers from 1 to 10. 1 to
Even
100.
numbers from 1 to 10.
Sorry. Here, wait 1 second. You can say square numbers from 1 to 100. And how do we calculate? That is up to you. You find out how to calculate this. Now you can see even numbers from 1 to 10. Odd numbers from 1 to 10. Speaking out. And here we are starting the square numbers from 1 to 10. Try it by yourself. Okay? Understood?
Huh?
Understood or not?
No, I got an email.
Sorry, you didn't get it.
Yeah, I didn't get it.
Up to here, did you understand?
Even numbers from 1 to 10.
Odd and even, did you understand?
No, I had an email, so I had to check that.
Sorry, I didn't get you.
I got an email, so I had to check those from my school.
All right, okay. Okay, can you understand this part?
That's the original part going from 2 to 10.
Yeah. So I just speak out that this heading, even numbers from 1 to 10. Okay, can you understand that?
Yeah.
Even numbers. So what I have done? I have duplicated, right click and duplicated that.
Yeah.
Then, okay, let me show the step. I have right click there, duplicate, and merge this here. Then
Okay.
start with 1. Then what will happen? 1, start with 1, go 2 by 2. That is odd numbers, right?
Yeah.
That's all.
Oh, okay.
It is not big magic, right? Odd numbers from 1 to 10. And in between that, maybe you can wait for 1 second before speaking the next step. You can wait. Now if I click, see?
Even numbers from 1 to 10. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Odd numbers from 1 to 10. 1, 3, 5, 7, 9.
Okay. Understood?
Yeah.
Okay. Then wait 1 second again. And again take in a duplicate. Square numbers from 1 to 100. How to get that?
You have to get the square root of everything, or?
No, square numbers. No need to take square root. You can just multiply, right? You can start from 1, go up to 10. Same. Start from 1, go up to 10, but 1 by 1, 1 by 1. But when you're printing, you can do something like this. You can start multiplying the number and you can tell the same number, the power of the same number. Power is basically C into C, right?
Yeah.
That you can add it to the speaking part and this part. Just duplicate 1, add it to here and add it to here also. Then you will get the square numbers also, right? It's not difficult.
Yeah.
Okay, let me try.
Even numbers from 1 to 10. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Odd numbers from 1 to 10. 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. Square numbers from 1 to 100. 1, 4, 9, 16, 25, 36, 49, 64, 81, 100.
Okay. Similarly, can you try the triangular numbers also? You can try that as a homework. This part you can do, right? Easily. You can just duplicate, and do it. Right? 3 duplicates will help you doing this. See the code? Can you see it?
Yeah.
Okay. Quickly adjust your code to reflect that.
Okay.
Triangular number means this, right? Triangular number means like, okay. How many asterisks are you can see now in the string? 1 asterisk, right?
Yeah.
So then 2 added up. Now altogether
3.
3. Okay. Then 3. Then what? 3 plus 3 is 6 now, right?
Yeah.
Then 4 more. That is 10. Right? Then 5 more. That is 15. Then 6. 21. Then 7. Can you understand how it is created?
Yeah.
All right. These are this looks like a triangle, no? That is why it's called triangular numbers. 1, then 1 plus 2 is 3, 3 plus 3 is 6, 6 plus 4 is 10, 10 plus 5 is 15, 15 plus 6 is 21, 21 plus 7 is 28. So it adds up. Understood?
Yeah.
Okay. So take a screenshot of this and try this also with the particular example. You can just try this triangular numbers also. Okay. I think with that we can wind up. So may I know one thing just before, okay, let's wind up the recording.